Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Genevieve. For today's video, I'm sharing with you guys how I clean secondhand items from thrift stores, antique stores, the Goodwill, all of the things. The three pieces that I'm cleaning up today are from a recent antiquing video that I just posted. So I have these three finds from an antique store. We've got a Pyrex dish, an oil lamp, and then a wooden piece. So gonna kind of show you guys my process of what I do when I bring things home. No matter what the item is, I always give my secondhand items a good cleaning. You never know how long they've been sitting in a store, what's touched them. A lot of times people will not clean things before they donate them to thrift stores. So I just always like to bring them home and give them a really good scrubbing. So just gonna briefly share with you the top things that I use to clean my thrifted items with. So if it's dishes, toys for Claire, stuff like that, I use just regular old distilled vinegar. I always have a huge thing of this on hand. I use this to clean everything in my house in a spray bottle actually that I keep right here. But I use this to clean a lot of my thrifted glassware. I will fill up my sink with some nice hot water, drizzle a little soap in there and some vinegar as well and let it soak for a little bit. And then like I said, I just use regular old dish soap, Dawn dish soap, Dollar Tree dish soap, whatever the heck you want to use. I just have this Palmolive free and clear one. And then for items that I can't necessarily soak, so wooden items, toys that might have fabric on them or something like that, what comes to mind for me is this little dollhouse, this little people dollhouse that I got for Claire, and it has fabric on it and also has batteries to play music. So I don't want to soak something like that or hose it off. I will use disinfectant wipes and just wipe down the whole thing. Could spray it with a vinegar spray, so on and so forth. But I usually use disinfectant wipes for a lot of my pieces, especially little wood pieces, stuff like that. And then lastly, I usually buy my lemon essential oil on Amazon. Hold on a second. I have it in here. I have an orange one right now. Clyganic or Clyganic. I think it's Clyganic. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but this one is orange, but the lemon has been out of stock for months. I don't know why, but I usually get this brand on Amazon in the lemon, and the lemon essential oil takes stickers and residue off of dishes, takes those Goodwill stickers off so easily. But like I said, I haven't had the lemon in a little while. I used it all up for my cleaner. So I will use just good old Goo Gone. I have had this probably since we moved into the house 6 years ago and still going strong. Just need a couple sprays of this and it really does take the stickers and that residue. You know, when you get a Goodwill sticker, they put it directly in the center of the item. You can never get it off, has that sticky residue, pain in the neck. So that is really everything that I use, and a basic sponge. But once I use this on my thrifted items, I toss this and get a new one for my actual dishes that we scrub and clean with, because I just don't want to cross-contaminate. So I will use this one for my thrifted finds today and then toss it. And then right next to my sink, I just set out a little dish towel for when I'm done scrubbing and cleaning them. I'll stick them over here to dry, let them sit for a little bit, and then I will be able to use them around my house. So we're gonna start with the oil lamp because this is the dirtiest find. So I have two pieces of glassware from my last antiquing trip that I want to get cleaned up. So I will clean them both together. I'm gonna let them both soak in the sink. They could use a really good soaking if I'm being honest. This oil lamp is really dirty around the handle. If you can see, it's kind of hard to see on camera. Everything always looks like clean and perfect on camera, but this thing is really filthy. Just need to be careful with it because it's really fragile and I don't want to get like this wick area too wet. So got to disassemble that and figure it out. And then my beautiful new Pyrex casserole dish, I'm gonna wash this up as well. So the 2 glassware items, I'm just gonna fill up my sink, let them soak. It also helps if you have a glass sink. I have one of these, I got this at Target. It's OXO brand, and just helps protect your items from being right up against your like cast iron sink instead of them like smashing or whatever. When I had a stainless steel sink, I didn't have to worry about that. But with the glass cast iron type sink, I get nervous that my stuff's gonna shatter. Let me empty this disgusting dish drainer. So I'm just gonna fill up the sink with some really hot water, pour some vinegar in there, just for a nice disinfecting component. And then sprinkle in some dish soap. Get a little sudsy. I feel like I'm doing a science experiment. So I'm gonna let that fill up and stick my dishes in there. This actually did leave a little bit of residue behind. So like I said, just gonna use some Goo Gone, and you're not gonna be able to really see on the camera, but there is a bunch of tape residue right here. Just gonna give that a good little spray, and then I rub it in with my finger, and I usually kind of scratch at it with my nail and it comes right off. Okay, and then I'm gonna disassemble this oil lamp and we're gonna get that into the sink as well. And sometimes your thrifted finds need a little extra oomph. All right, so in YouTube land, that was about a second with a transition, but this has been soaking for about an hour or so. So going to pull everything out, give it a good scrubbing with my sponge and some extra soap on the sponge. And then this portion with the wick, I'm not gonna get this part wet. This is where my disinfectant wipes come in handy. Just gonna give this a really good wipe down. It has like some caked on dust and real rusty and all of that. So I also need to figure out how to get this wick working a little better. Something that is also helpful is to have like a toothbrush for cleaning antiques and stuff like that too. I don't have an extra one right now, so I'm just using a toothpick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it now. Maybe if I put like the blue sponge behind it. Can you see like all of this grime around the handles? It's like really dark. It's hard to get in there with the brush, so I'm using a toothpick. And this is working perfectly actually. But this is why it's so important to bring these pieces home and give them a good scrub in. Like now you can really see what I'm talking about. There's just a lot of gunk trapped right there, which that might freak people out, but you know what? People have probably touched items at Target more, so the same. I also just feel like bringing home pieces like this that you like tend to and care for, it makes you appreciate them a little bit more, I think. And I don't know, I kind of enjoy it. It's like therapeutic to me to bring stuff home and clean it up and give it a new life. So I enjoy it. I don't have as much time for it being a new mom. Nick is putting Claire down for bed right now. But very therapeutic for me. Okay, the glassware is done, so I'm just pulling out a disinfectant wipe and I'm going to give this top portion a good cleaning. Honestly, I probably can rinse this off. Oh wow, looks like a real nice fold underneath. So now that all of those pieces are cleaned, the last piece that I have is very simple to clean. It's just a little butter mold, but I wanted to include a wooden piece to share with you how I clean off wooden pieces when I get them from the thrift store or the antique store. Really simple. I just grab a disinfectant wipe and just give it a good little wipe down. I do this with cutting boards, my other butter molds. I'm trying to think of what other wooden stuff that I collect. Rolling pins. I don't. Rolling pins. Nick's just eating cheese in the kitchen and being my commentary. So I don't use like my wooden piggy cutting boards. I don't use these with like food and stuff like that. Because I can't bring them home and really give them a good cleaning, I would never use them for cooking and stuff. I just personally do not with wooden items. So giving them a little wipe with a disinfectant wipe is good enough for me. So that is that guy. I'm gonna leave him on my little dish towel to dry overnight with these ones. So really quick before I close out this video, I also wanted to share a comment that I saw about bringing home dishes from the antique store or the thrift store. Do I use them to eat with, or am I just using them for display? So a lot of my ironstone dishes, actually all of my ironstone dishes, are just for display only. I have not dived, I don't know what the word is. I have not done enough research to know what is food safe with ironstone and what is not. I do think that the more stained and crazed the item is, the less you should use it. Like, you should not eat off of it. But I am not 100%, so don't quote me. Do your own research. And I would also highly recommend you can purchase lead kits on Amazon to test your dishes with like a swab, and it'll tell you if your dish or whatever has lead in it. And then of course, if it's positive, you don't want to be eating off of it. But that is something that I have heard other thrifters and antiquers using from Amazon. So if that is a concern of yours, you could always do a little lead testing kit. So yeah, I think if you are nervous about your dishes, do the lead kit, and just when you first bring them home, throw them in the dishwasher for so it gets that really high heat and really cleans them, and then maybe just hand wash them from then on out if you plan to use them. That's something that I have done in the past as well, just to give it that really good cleaning that first time you bring it home and all of that good stuff. I hope you guys found this video helpful, kind of random, but I do get questions about cleaning up my antiques and my thrifted finds when I bring them home. So hopefully you found this a little bit helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.